Let's see if I can do this intro without my voice cracking again. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We're back with some Horizon Forbidden West. I took a look at all our quests, and of everything we have, I probably need to just go to every settlement and make sure I'm not missing any quests, because this game likes to just say, oh, nope, you have to be in the area to unlock the quest. I understand that, but when you've got a large map, at some point, and I've already been to an area and completed a whole bunch of quests, and then you pop it up later in the game, like, that's just making me do so much backtracking, and it doesn't make your world fun to explore. I know there would be, and I know I'm going into the ranting early, that doesn't make your game fun to explore and run around in. It doesn't make your game like, oh, well, it's like a living world. No, there's a flow and a movement to the world. It's open world games that even your main quest and your side quests, everything kind of leads you through the map, so you eventually explore everywhere. Sure, maybe there's some fun little stuff. There's a few quests or some stuff that you find for going off the beaten path. But generally, you should only have to go everywhere once to complete everything. I mean, look, if you find something and want to come back and do it later, you can do that, and, you know, you can always do stuff. Again, Witcher 3, the world is amazing. And again, it gives you a good idea of where quests are, when quests are going to pop up, where you can find quests. I think that world is fantastic in terms of open world. Maybe it does something similar and I'm just losing my mind, but I don't know why this one in particular just pisses me off. Either way, I don't know what I was... Oh yeah, I was going to come in here and show you this before I went on my tangent. So we're working on the main quest, Wings of the Ten. Because side quests, the way home, we need to complete Wings of the Ten. First to Fly, we need to complete Wings of the Ten. I'm not sure Tides of Justice, we still haven't found anything on that one. And everything else is just kind of on hold until we complete it. We've got 8 skill points. I'm gonna use... Bam. Complete that. I think we've completed everything except this skill tree. And we'll work on that skill tree. See, I don't get why you have a max level cap at 50, but then you still gain skill points to keep buying skill. That shouldn't I get all my skill points through leveling up? But whatever. Well, I guess that's kind of why this game. This is how the game encourages side quests and questing. I still think it's a weird level system. Oh, so Varl did die. Okay. Interesting.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back.
Interesting move over there. Kotallo just slamming your knife into the thing.
One damn minute to mourn my friend.
Regalla is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regalla's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So... After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... At least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. and get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regalla.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regalla's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hekarro. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
You know, I'm not sure if I...
Enzo, it sounded important.
I'm not sure if I like the fact that Zoe isn't blaming Aloy for not keeping Varl safe or not. I mean, I understand her, you know what I mean, her feelings and everything, and it's nice to have a character like this who can kind of see reason that, you know, everyone was kind of thrown off guard and there wasn't really much anyone could do. But I don't know, I mean, but having Erend be the... Although I guess Erend is more the hothead. Yeah, you know what? No, I like it. It works. I don't know why the whole look to the skies thing felt really corny to me. Because, I mean, it's clearly we're going to get some sort of flying
My
machine.
studies are a good distraction. Especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future, too.
We won't let that happen. How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
Well, I mean, because,
Will time heal your wounds?
you know, he was a friend to Erend and Zoe. I think that one's pretty obvious.
I have to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Kotallo more than most. If I were this Regalla, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Especially because he's got a new shiny robot arm.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works.
I mean, did I miss something? What did Beta give Aloy? I mean, clearly it's going to be something for a flying machine. I'm not sure if we're going to control a flying, like one of the machines, or if we're going to create like a plane or something. Excuse me. That's why I find the whole like look to the skies thing to be really, really kind of corny, especially because the mission's called Wings of the Ten. But yeah, man, I that line really irked me. I don't know.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly.
You know, the more I see Alva, the more I really like her character. Yeah, I get it. She's kind of scatterbrained and kind of all over the kind of stereotypical nerd archivist character who's so fascinated with everything. But I think she takes that approach, kind of like looking at the Tenakth of, well, I mean, they've misinterpreted things, but I mean, it's understandable. When you don't understand something, you try and frame it in a way that makes sense. You know, they saw the holograms and everything for the 10, and they've created a culture and a religion almost around it, just like Aloy's culture, the Nora around the mountain. The Carja, everyone has created their own culture and religion and everything based off of stuff that they don't fully understand. And that's understandable. And I think that's what Alva's saying. You know, yeah, they're misinterpreting from what it is, but again, it makes sense. While I feel like Aloy has constantly come at problems like, ugh, you believe that? You're so primitive. I'm like, well, fuck, Aloy, they don't know. Like, this is the first time you're ever meeting them, and you're like the first one in how long besides, I guess, the Quen, but still, you're the first one in your area that's ever figured this shit out. So, of course, they're primitive compared to that. Like I said, I find Alva's character much more realistic and just not as abrasive as Aloy's.
Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
See, Tilda doesn't scare me, because actually, it's more than just the fact that Aloy resembles Elizabeth. I think it's more that she truly doesn't agree with what the Zeniths are doing. You know, she really has a problem with it. So I think it makes perfect sense that she'd have issues with the rest of them, and that's why she's backing up Aloy. You know, it's mutual. You know, they both have mutual gain, so to speak.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tenakth.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I.
I love Erend. I know I say it all the time. I feel like this story always kind of treats him like a kicked dog. Like, ugh, he can't do anything right. He's just a big brute. And but still, there's something about him that just the pluckiness that I really like.
Do you think so we'll be okay?
I don't think
She's not standing over there, so your head nodding doesn't work.
I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Dervahl back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Kotallo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Yeah, do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best.
You know, I think I've made it clear that I have some big issues with Aloy's character in this game. And I'm trying to think, because right before this, I started playing this game, I was trying to marathon through Zero Dawn, and I did not make it anywhere near the end of the game. Which I'm still gonna go back and finish that one up and actually play the Frozen Wilds DLC. But I'm trying to think how to phrase this. But was Aloy's character this? Again, I'll use the term abrasive in the first game. I don't remember that. I mean, yeah, she was a little hard-headed, but that at least it was more of a hard-headedness to push to find the truth and to learn about everything. And it feels like now where she should be a little more enlightened, a little more, I don't want to say a softer character, but she should have more understanding of the world. It seems like she's gotten even more hard-headed. It doesn't seem like bashful youthfulness. It's more just kind of being an asshole. I really,
yeah,
I just... Something about her bugs me in this game. And I don't think it's the voice actor. Ashley Birch, right? She does a fine job. I think it's just the writing.
We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plainsong and further east to the Nora Sacred Lands.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow.
Okay, I know this is supposed to be a sad moment, but that story about the seeds, wouldn't that be something for Varl's sister, not Varl himself? Maybe I misunderstood the story.
From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us.
Oh, okay.
I'm with child, Aloy.
Well, I could figure that out.
I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Okay, small question. So you knew?
I promised to look after them.
You knew you were pregnant, and you still went on that dangerous mission anyways. Okay, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I just feel like, well, I guess on some level I'm like that. You know, it's not right to let the pregnant lady to go and fight. But okay, whatever. I guess if it's necessary, it's necessary.
And get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Oh, okay. So there we go. We're. Oh, right. I remember that. Yeah. She. Come on, brain. Beta touched her focus or something happened, gave her the Sunwing override. That's right. I remember that. Can't remember when it happened, but yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. But no, like I said, I mean, about the pregnant lady. Look, I don't think we should, you know. But I'm like, doesn't that put the kid in danger? Like, if you would have taken a hard enough hit, couldn't that have? That's not a good. I don't know. I just feel like that's irresponsible. Oh, I was gonna tell him after. Like, maybe you should have told him before.
Override installed. Now to find a Sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Oh god, I gotta talk to everybody again. Ugh. See, I'm also glad she added that thing when she's like, yeah, I'm putting him to rest here so he can look over Plainsong. And I'm like, he's not from there. And the Nora lands. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Hey, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Tilda's the one who rescued me. Same one that spoke to Beta when none of the others would.
Did she say why she saved you?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the...
But you...
We already heard this.
I'd be careful.
I have to go now.
May the ancestors guide you.
I still don't think it was... whatever. I still think my my line about... mutual benefit is... probably the,
I should head up.
Show those to
you know, probably the correct interpretation of Tilda. I really don't think she's going to backstab us. Or who knows. You know, writers nowadays surprise me with the, it's like, ooh, look, it's a double cross. Yeah, it's a double cross that makes no sense, but okay.
You can manage things here while I go help Hekarro?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay. How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Aaron and Kotallo have fought them before, so...
Already asked them to run us through some combat drills. Aaron moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
Again, I feel like we're kicking Aaron a lot. I don't get why.
I know we both want to make the Zeniths pay for what they've done, but once we infiltrate their base, our priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
Don't worry. I won't go seeking revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will follow.
Let's hope we hit our targets. I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try.
Weird question. But what is one Sunwing supposed to do? I mean, like, I feel like, hey, you want to like really put the fight to Regala? Let's override like a Thunderjaw or a Slaughter Spine or something cool. Said, nope, it's a Sunwing. Well, we can fly. So?
All this time, I've been so focused on what Elizabeth was like, what she would do. I was wrong to hold Beta to that standard. I probably shouldn't even be doing it to myself.
Oh my god, you finally said it. If only there was character development built into the story that we could... Maybe some people are going to argue that, oh, there is. I don't think so. Not at all.
When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. I will, Rost. Now.
No. I stand by it. You don't get to do that. You don't get to say his name.
So Sylens' plan was to trick Regala into sacrificing her tribe in a hopeless battle against the Zeniths. It's so... heartless.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Hekarro, Dekka, Kotallo, countless others. I won't let their lives be thrown away.
Sylens is an asshole. What did you expect?
Focus. It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. But Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away.
Oh, that's because he's a bro.
I failed Varl at Gemini. I should have pushed harder. I should have done more. I'd give anything to have him back.
Well, I mean, I don't really think you could have done much, but no, man. Look, I stand by it. I don't think
You know, we've never played Machine Strike together.
I think the whole thing with not Varl, what? Yeah, just bit my tongue. With Rost and her infatuation with Elizabeth, I still think it's unearned. I really do not like how they handled that whole situation.
Brother Dyer would be interested in this.
Trying to figure out how to get up to the top of the mountain. I'm looking for an easy way up to the top of the mountain, I should say. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's been no talk in the story about Aloy and being like Elizabeth, but there's been very little dialogue, very little. It's always just been Aloy like, oh, I'm Elizabeth Sobek, or who is Elizabeth Sobek, or she's my mother, or this, that, the other thing, and I've been sitting here going, no, it doesn't work that way, and it's this, you know, it's me, the player, already knowing this is stupid, that she's thinking this way, and then the game says, no, I shouldn't have been, at some point, just randomly starts going, no, I shouldn't be thinking this way. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna act like we had character development. Fantastic. Like, you know, there's no point in slowly building up our characters and having us grow to love them over time and, you know, grow with them as people. Nah, screw that. That'd be entertaining. I really feel like I'm getting... Like, on one hand, I feel like I'm giving this game way too much shit. Because it's really not bad. It's just...
I can feel this frost down to my bones.
I think its story's fine. It's okay. I like the one in Horizon a little better, but it's fine. It's not bad. My biggest issue really is just Aloy's character.
Good. There's sunrise up here. We'll have to approach them quietly.
Gameplay-wise, world-building-wise, just everything's... It's fine. I mean, it just doesn't feel like it's a major upgrade from... It feels like an upgrade, but it just kind of feels like more of the same from the first one.
Got it.
Can I write it? Come on. There we go.
This is it. I'm in the air.
I guess I still just don't understand what the, I mean, it's cool, but how is one Sunwing gonna turn this battle around? I get it.
Whoa. Head rush. Tilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tallnecks. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
Hey, there we go. There's that tall neck that I've been wondering, hey, when are we gonna, you know, capture that thing or whatever?
There's a tall neck. Need to get on top of its head.
I know I'm talking a lot of shit, but I really do kind of like this. This is pretty sweet. Oh, cool. So we can slow down and hover. Oh, nifty.
Now, how to land this thing. Made it.
Okay, like I said, that is pretty cool. I just don't understand how it's going to be super useful in this battle, but... Oh, maybe that... Okay, the energy cell. Are we just going to, like, drop it on them? Is that what's going to... Okay, maybe that'll work.
Look over in the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
Okay.
I told you, I want to help.
Now I understand. Alright.
Whoa!
Just grabs her. Okay, so my complaining is I'll pull it back. I guess I understand what the hell we're doing now. Because I was thinking we were going to use the machine as the actual artillery. Which is why I said, you know, I feel like bringing in a Slaughter Spine or a Thunderjaw or a Slitherfang or something would be a lot better. What if we're basically gonna...
Reinforcements, maybe. Heading for the grove. I hope Hekarro is not
Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, right. I remember Tilda saying that thing was an EMP. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I wasn't connecting the dots.
I know the time is back.
All right, I'll admit that one. That's a point for this game, not from, you know, I'm dumb.
Got the cell. Now on to the grove. Pulse from the tall neck should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from any Horus I fly to. It'll be useful, even after I deal with Regala.
If anybody's wondering, inverted controls. It's, you know, the whole up is down, down is up thing. You know, usual flying stick stuff. Not usually my favorite, but we're not going super fast, so I can deal with it.
All right, here we go.
And I know some people are going to say, ugh, AJ, you're such a pleb, or a casual, or whatever. You don't like inverted controls? No, not usually. Pretty much anytime I play a game of flying, I always change that.
Regala's inside. Hekarro will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
What the hell is that?
Here it
Did they
goes.
just drop a new named character on us?
It's Aloy. She flies on the wings of the Ten.
There it is.
Push through!
They said the name of the mission in the mission.
End of the line, Carl. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
Didn't we?
How's that possible?
Regala!
Didn't we go through all that work to get Kotallo his fancy metal arm and he's not wearing it? He said he'd wear it in battle.
Enough bloodshed. Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Says the lady who's been on top of a machine for most of
attention.
this game, but okay.
I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
Oh, okay, we're doing this in cutscene. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought, I'm like, okay, bold choice.
We got mine!
I don't know what the hell I was shooting at there. And I lost my chance to hit her with the, Whoop. This is a pretty fun fight. If I haven't complimented it enough yet, I think the melee combat actually really got a massive improvement between the original and sequel.
So that's how it's gonna be.
You know, if I'm gonna You know what I mean? If I'm gonna drop compliments on this game. And this boss fight actually is really neat.
Hide your fear will lead me.
Eat shit.
I hope to fight a legend.
Hey, that was my move.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, it is.
I will carve my story into you.
Gross. don't know why my brain just went to that. Oh god, it was Rick and Morty. It was the the episode with Fruity Land. If anybody knows what episode I'm talking about, the one where Rick showed the little imaginary world that he put his daughter in, the babysitter. He's like, I put real elbow grease into this. You should have put elbow grease into your daughter. Gross.
I waited for the battle that would prove me. Is this all you are?
Well, I mean, I'm kicking your ass, so. Uh-huh. Some would call me dishonorable for these tactics. I would call myself a genius.
Tatiana! Live on as a memory!
That was actually a really fun boss fight.
Here I am again, on my knees before bootlets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Okay.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
Just kill her.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the 10. You who challenged her. By our rights, you must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse.
Yeah, let's kill her.
She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die.
I don't get this. Yeah.
After all that you've done, I can't let you live.
Finally. Then claim your...
There. Blood for blood.
Guess that's over then.
See, I'm curious. If I would have chosen to spare her, would Kotallo have still killed her?
Chief, there's something you both need to see.
Or are they going to make two completely different endings? One with her in there and one without? And I'm still trying to figure out why have that whole quest line about his arm if you're not going to put his arm in there? It just... whatever.
He surrendered to our guards outside the grove. Claims he has an urgent message for the Outlander who defeated Regalla.
So, state it.
It's for her alone. From an interested party.
Silence.
I'm gonna need some privacy.
Clear the room. Put him with the rest of Regalla's soldiers.
I'll see you back at base.
Have I talked about how much I love Silence yet? As much of a shithead as he is, he's a really cool villain.
Help you with your mission.
No. With Regalla gone, you have a chance to build the future you dreamed of. So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this. Regalla's bow. May you always strike true with it.
Thank you.
God, why couldn't he have been in more of this game? Because I really like him too. I'd say I wish Silence was in the game more, but he's the puppet master, so he kind of shouldn't be in the game.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see
you know,
too,
that
Silence.
much.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tenakth for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you doomed the entire planet as well.
Wrong. I don't need a Tenakth army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing. Don't be late.
That's a little unfair to Silence. I think he knows what he's doing.
Silence is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
You know, I think Silence,
I might want to see what else I can do before I head back.
like I said, Silence knows what he's doing. He's just an asshole. I can talk to all these people. I just don't care enough, to be totally honest. Oh boy. Let's unlock another skill.
The visions of the Ten are renewed. Maybe I was wrong.
Good day, warrior.
Yeah, man. I talked about, I kind of went off on this game's characters, but really, there are some cool characters in this game that I really like. You know, guys like Silence. I think he's a really cool villain. I wish he was in the game more. I mean, it kind of makes sense why he isn't, because he's more of a puppet master kind of character. But I really wish that they would have found a way to write Hekarro into more scenes, because I really love the voice actor, but I think his character's pretty interesting. You know, the concept of the Tenakth ruler trying to change the ways of his people from a warfaring tribe to something a little more peaceful and united. I find him an interesting character. Alright guys, I'm going to close this one here, and I'm going to, next video, make sure we get some side missions and stuff done. And then video after that, we'll, I guess, hop into the final mission. So I think we're almost done with the game. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, I'm out.